So last time we left off, we were working on this guy. This thing has way too many points on it. Hmm. Not seeing a difference there. Hopefully there's something. Can we add a modifier? The decimated? That would have been cool. We're in edit mode though, let's see. Okay. Or what if let's see. Okay, so now they should be next to each other. This. And then I'll temporarily make this a mesh again. Could try decimating it, or I could select and then do checker deselect, and then delete that. I feel like that's still too much, so let's do that again. There you go. So now can switch and convert it back to a curve. Oh wow, it snapped back already. That's kind of cool. Let's see if it's still. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Let's use this. I tried rotating it there. This is alt S-ing just to see what it does. Kind of want it to rotate more this way. That's kind of cool. That's great. So a couple things I think we forgot last time is we kind of skipped the stuff on this. So these we kind of sculpted it more and added like wrinkles, but we didn't do that for this, so it kind of feels more flat. So let's kind of mess with that and do that. Where is I gotta put my reference. Okay. I'm kind of not in love with this too, so let's actually apply it. So visual geometry to mesh, and then I'll delete this. Yeah, I might not keep this, but for now we'll just have it there, almost like a placeholder until we figure out something better. Yeah, not really feeling this. The back. Yeah, it's a little too modular looking, or it's just like all the same. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So let's work on the jacket again. Make a copy. Let's hide this. Let me think here. Okay. We're gonna have a bottom piece here, so not sure. Hmm. We'll try something here and then we'll learn from it and then probably delete it. This thing is so low geometry though. If I turn this off. Should I make this, should I solidify it though? This one, no, I don't solidify it. I'll copy this over here and delete this. So this one still has the solidify modifier. Let me think here. Okay, let's inflate this a little with Alt S. Maybe like that. I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to decide like if I sculpt in wrinkles, should I make this like a solid block or should I make it keep it like this where it's like a plane? I think it makes more sense to keep this as a plane. Let's turn on back face for now. Or what is it? Turn back face culling, yeah. I'm gonna mask the bottom. Let's see. Oh, this isn't symmetrical. As long as it's kind of there, yeah. And I'll start to sculpt the bottom here. I'm gonna grab the brush. Yeah, let's turn off symmetry. Oh, you know what? Another problem we're gonna face. Need to apply this subdiv. So now let's sculpt. There you go. This might be too high, but we'll see. I'm gonna have this kind of bellow out more. Then have this kind of shape here. Um, I like the asymmetry of it. Okay. Hmm. Make it this go in more. Hmm. Hmm. Let's have this come out more too. Let's kind of look at it from afar. I'm kind of feeling it. So now we're kind of putting down like some shapes, and now it's kind of something where we're feeling it. So now I'm like, okay, kind of feeling this angle here. I can feel that, and now I can push this away. For the back, we can have something maybe it goes like this, kind of side to side. This kind of tells you like that I'm right-handed subtly, where like this doesn't feel good to do right-handed, but then this does because your hand's arcing this way, like it's pivoting on your elbow. So like intuitively, this felt good, which is kind of a weird, subtle thing. I guess you could technically do that. Like I could pull. So I mean, I guess it's not out of the question, but this just felt natural to do, which is kind of a funny little thing. This side goes down much lower. Kind of don't mind it though. Or it's not lower, it's, what is that? It's just longer going forward, coming out more. Try another one here, I'm not sure. Um, I feel like this flows together too much here. I have to change something. Hmm. Should be enough to work with. Using a pull brush. All right. I might pull out this side a bit more. Okay. Don't hide. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. I can work with that. I think I can exaggerate these more. Another question is we didn't add boobs, so and then but I don't really know how much of a boob I want to put, so it's gonna be interesting. Also, I'm kind of worried about like not safe for work flagging on YouTube, but I guess we could still build it and we'll see. We'll test the waters, I guess. Trying to decide if I shoot it first though, because it would influence like the shape of it. I feel like it's gonna be a whole thing though, and I'm scared it's gonna suck me up into making the boob instead of making the clothes. See if I have any reference. Yeah, let's try it. We already have a jacket folder. Oh, it's empty. Side view. Okay, guess we'll add a boob. It's gonna be funny. I think the moment a boob starts taking shape, people are gonna join and start asking, talking. You're gonna be like, "Whoa, wow, what's happening?" Let's see. Recently, I made this plugin. That's awesome. So if you look at this, I added a mirror modifier, and by default, this is checked on. And I never use this. I almost never use it. So if you look at when it's mirrored like this, these get merged together. So if you apply it and you're like, oh, you know what? I want I want to select only this side. I'm pressing L, which lets you select based on the separate piece. I guess you could do this still too by normal. So that kind of works. But you can see it merged those. So what's really annoying is every time I create a mirror, I almost always turn this off, but by default, it checks on like this. So it's very annoying. So I made this plugin and I have it in the Gumroad. So if you ever go to my Gumroad, you could get this. It's super tiny, but so basically, yeah, you just go generate mirror, it's off, which is awesome. So now if I apply it, select this guy, it's not connected by default. So you don't have to uncheck it every single time. So if you're doing a bunch of them, then it's like less of a headache. Let's go back here. Let's see, so subdivide here, yeah. You tend to try to use the pole to match up with the nipple because it kind of actually is shaped that way, where like the nipple just deforms really well like that. So you try to be able to line that up. Oh, I think I cleared the transforms on it. I might delete this. Start over and just kind of get as far as I can with this. There you go. Now I get the local scale. I'm gonna use the second one to kind of connect it more cleanly. Add modifiers, the subdivision. Here. Oh, I guess as long as I don't add like a nibble, it's fine. I'm not sure though. Hmm. Oh, turn on back base calling. Thought I saw something flicker by the hand. I guess not. Okay. Wait a second. Okay. These are gonna get pressed in because they're gonna have clothes on them. Kind of like that. That's okay. Let me try like flaring it out and see what that does. Versus that. I like that. Let's see how it looks without the support on it. And then see. It's without support. With support. Oh yeah, the transition's better. Let me see. You can go like forever, like just constantly making subtle adjustments. Oops, I'm doing the wrong one. No. Maybe this side more. I think this, well, okay. So let's leave it at that for now. And then let's add the clothing for it. Let's do it this way. Hmm. What if I add a subdiv on it? Okay. So it loses form. That's what I could do. Let's do one more. Oh, still loses form. Okay. We could do it this way. Oh wait, is this working? Let's see. No. Okay, wait. I think. Would this work? I don't think it works. Oh, it worked. But if I merge them, would it break it if I did that? So that would give you what I have before. Yeah, it breaks it. Okay. So keeping apart, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. I wonder if I could shrink wrap at this point, or is it better not to? Hmm. Could shrink wrap it. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Is this backwards? It feels weird. So that's what it would look like after applying. Geometry looks kind of bad. Let's apply the sub to see what it looks like. Okay. Let me change the music. Be back a sec. Use the bathroom. So the geometry's not the best, but it's okay. Let's see. What's like the minimum we need to bend it? Let's add one more. It's projected on. And then let's see what this does. Hmm. I don't remember what the this was good for. Go. Okay. So that's what it looks like. And then the shade smooth for now. I need a sculpt. I think it's way too far apart. But let's add the other pieces so we can start to block out what we want to do with it. Oh, you know what? We also need to add a shrink wrap actually. Or not shrink wrap, solidify. Solidify, solidify, solidify. This one. Oops. So this will influence like what the jacket's doing. Oh wait, this is not centered. Is this centered? Is that a cube? Oh no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This wasn't centered. Okay. Let's set our cursor to world origin. There you go. Oh, I don't want a cube. I want a plane. Let's turn on symmetry. We'll adjust the thickness and everything after. Let's add. Wait. Let's add a division there. Yeah, and I'll just add a solidify. Add a subdiv and then put the subdiv after. Oh, it didn't add one over here. Let's symmetrize that the other way. There. See, I make it thicker. This will be kind of a weak spot for when we print it because it's so thin. But for now, we'll just kind of let it be what it is and then we'll adjust it later. But it's going to be tucked away in the jacket anyways, so it might not be an issue. Make this go up this way. I don't know how much I need to build of this because you won't see it. It'd be cool to have like details going this way though. I think it'd be kind of fun noise. If I had it like this. Maybe I should build it out realistic then. I guess I could do that. Like this. Get rid of this edge. The arms are in the way. What is this? Where is this? Oh, okay. I'll just put in the arms then. I'll just tuck them in, all in there. There you go. And I'm gonna add a mirror. It's not gonna be seen back here. There you go. Oh, that's interesting. It's not merging there. Guess if you put mirror first. Yeah, okay. Huh, okay. I might need more geometry here. Well, let's see what we could do with little geometry. I don't like what's happening here too. Let's see. So let's change the thickness here. Let's try edge data, see if there's anything we could do here. Let's make it thinner. We're not really going to see this edge probably, so but it's kind of here, almost like a just in case sort of thing. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I don't want to apply this solidify yet because potentially we'll be adjusting things more, like with this. Let's do the same thing over here, but we'll do it for the top part. I like working on the right side of my right side, so I'm going to bring it over. Trying to get it into position as much as possible. Not sure if that's too big or too small. It's probably too big. I don't know. Let's get rid of this edge. Let's turn off. Let's turn off subdiv for now. This is like another weak point for the printing. I kind of want to try something different here though. Let's try this for now, and then we'll add to it. I think it'll be more interesting. Can I rotate this? So yeah. And I'll mirror this now. are going to end up clipping and merging in the center. So I'm going to turn those on. Oh, it's like that. Like that. I want to try to add like layers to things. So we'll see how that goes. I don't like how low this is. But we'll adjust it as we go. Okay. It's way too thick here. Let's re-add our subdiv. Let's lower the thickness. I think it's too thin. Let's let it be a little bit thicker than, well, actually no, let's let it be like that. Yeah, that's good. And then this won't be seen, but I'm just kind of putting it here for reference. And then this is fine. This is fine, yeah. And then I want to add, I want to like do, I want to add like another plane. What's this? Why is this here? Bezier curve. I'd hate to delete this and then find out it destroyed something like something that's using like a curve. What did I do with this? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, we're okay. I I used that to make these. So like each of these were like a cylinder, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of don't remember, but it's okay. I just had that. This looks really thick right here. Now that I'm looking at here. Use pull instead, actually. There you go. Cool. So it's a bit flatter now. I'm going to save as jacket 3. The file is only 20 megabytes, which is pretty amazing so far. I want to move this up more. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah. I want to try adding like a triangle shape here. Like this. Not sure yet how I want to do this. Something like that. I'll let it kind of overlap a little bit into the jacket. I don't know. This edge is going to be hard. This edge is going to be hard. This has to be hard because it just keeps the forearm back here and here, but you can't see him. And then let's try adding a solidify. Let's add, clear the transforms, add it smooth. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Not sure yet exactly what this is, but I think it'll be cool. Something. Let's do the same thing on the other side. I could copy this over. Yeah, copy it over. I was gonna say I'm not gonna do that, but I feel like it's going to my ego. Be like, I could do it over, and now it's like, yeah, it's a waste of time. The trade-off without doing it over is it's a little bit more messy, I guess. Let me see. I could maybe clean it up actually, and that'll be the same thing. Dissolve these. Oh wait, dissolve these, not the middle. There you go. Now we could work with it. Yeah, this is perfect. So I think we're gonna have string go this way. Yeah. Well, or kind of open, or open for change, so this can change again. So we're not going to commit too much effort into it. Let's reintroduce the, oh wait, let's add structure to this thing. Then turn on solidify, turn on subdivision. There you go. So you got these weird shapes in here. And let's try adding string. Let's add another plane. Let's make the string go on this side. Should I make it actually go all the way around? I think it makes sense because if I decide to do other variations of clothing, the more complete it is, I think the more room there is to try different things. So let's put one right here. So I'll make it go around the neck. Oops. Let me see here. Let's add a solidify, clear history on it. Or not clear history, apply transforms. So this one goes this way. We'll purposely not symmetrize it so it's more interesting. Kind of try to create the same type of geometry though on both sides. If it kind of like overlaps in a weird way, it's like, it's okay. It's kind of, it's like whatever right now. I think it's more optimal if it's like lower geometry so it doesn't get cluttered as we like go back and forth and like try things out. I'll add an extra edge on the end just to kind of help um, tuck it away under the other stuff that happens. So there's that, and then this is overlapping here. So let's clear transforms. Let's add a solidify. Okay. Let's try sculpting it by hand, see if fix some things. I feel like it's a little too thick. See if we can I scale active element? Let's see. Individual origins. Ah, I thought it would do per face, but did not do that. We could probably grab one edge and then do it that way. That'd be interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, what about if I do medium point here? 3D cursor. No. Doesn't seem to have much influence on that. Oh wait, double tap G? Oh, that's interesting. Wait, why is it? Oh, okay. That's funny. Okay. I was like, okay, so double tap G would work. I just have to manually select it because it apparently switches sides. There you go. So now if I double tap G, nice. So I made it a little bit thinner. Um, it looks a little boring, a little symmetrical. Let's go. Let's try to mask one side. All right, let's grab this and then pull it up maybe. That's more interesting. Let's mask off the back so I don't accidentally break it. We could go like more to the left there. There's too much space here. There's not enough points, I think. Let's see. I could raise this, or I could lower this, or I could add this point. Let's see what that does. Let's try raising it actually. This goes in maybe. This guy maybe comes up more. Yeah, like that. That's kind of cool. Um, and sculpt this back area. And this side. Nice. Okay. Well, maybe I want this to come down more actually. kidding. That. Cool. I think these shapes aren't really working yet. I think we need more shapes, maybe? Let's see. We'll keep messing around with it. There's like, wait, let's look at rendered, see how. Yeah, okay. I think if I add another edge here, it'll work better. If I end up not using it, I could just delete them again, so it doesn't really matter. Could bring back the jacket after too, and then we can kind of see. It's almost 12. But I drank a bunch of like tea, so I'm not that sleepy. And my sleep schedule's been all messed up. Let me put on some different music. Okay. Should I mirror this? No, no. We can't mirror it. It's different on both sides. Probably like do one extra there. Let's add a solidify. Oops. Clear transforms. Add a subdivision. Make this edge hard. Make this edge hard. Let's make this edge hard. Hard. I think that's it. This will kind of give it more interest on the edge. Push this in more, maybe. Yeah. I want this to bend more like this. Doesn't, I guess I could just kind of. Let me pull this out more. There you go. Okay, cool. Cool, so now it has a notable shape there. Do the same thing on the other side. Let's just copy this one. And hide all the modifiers for now. Delete everything except that face. I don't want too many points, so I'll just probably do 2 in the middle, and then 1 over here just to make it hard. I should probably pull it out though, over here, just in case. Let's turn this on. Do I like how that's happening? Oh, it's not touching. Let's purposely like not align it and see how that feels. So it kind of feels more organic-y. Yeah. I don't know about that. Let's see. Hmm. What if I make this side go out more? No, that doesn't make sense though. I think there should be more tension, so it should be flatter. Get flatter. That. That looks cool. Oh wait, this is overlapping badly. Should go lower, I think. Gonna keep a curve happening, I think. Kind of annoying that this is a single piece. Yeah, I kind of like the asymmetry here, so I'll leave it. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I think we could bring the jacket back, or I can modify this. Let's modify this a little bit and see how it feels. We'll just experiment with how it can be. So like, let's say, what if this is higher? Does that feel better? This versus that. Yeah, I think it's a little better, so I'll do that. This is... What about the angle of it? Would it feel better this way? Or this way? This way? That or that? That or that? Can't really see in this view. That or that? Let me try this. This versus this. I think it's going too high up actually. It's mirrored to the other side, so the mesh is over here. That versus that. It's hard to tell. That versus that. This. This versus this. That versus this. That versus this. I think it's better. I think it's better. And then I'm gonna move this. We made it bigger, so there's more coverage. And this side goes in more. I want to save the second version and do like a snapshot, so I'll do bracket 4. Wonder if this was better out one or in more. This is overlap there. Let's mask off the back. Let's pull it out. This might be an issue though when we print this gap. I could mess with the boob, but I feel like I'm gonna get lost in that if I do that. So if I did this, still mirrored. We could experiment really quick, but we'll get lost, I think, in doing this. That's bigger. It always happens. You get the Star Wars Kylo Ren where he goes like, more, make it bigger. And 20 minutes later, you got like gigantic balloon breasts. That's further out to the side. It's further down. It's hard. It's kind of hard to tell. This was squishing. It's smaller, pushed in. Inflating the top. Not sure. Let's go on forever. Try doing the middle again. Versus this. It's hard to tell. I don't know. I'll just keep that. Make me feel like I maybe made the right choice. Or at least didn't say no. Let's see. Why can I not move this? Oh, that's why. It's on this side. Okay, so that's good. The cool thing about this is we kind of gave this kind of this curve, so it feels more stretched. There's more tension on these. Let's bring the jacket back and see how far we went. Where's the jacket? I guess we could bring the arms back too. Where's the jacket? This jacket. Okay, so that was with nothing, and now it's with this. Okay. I'm glad I did this before because this is a big shape difference. I feel like I can't even use this now. I can move this. That's not a big deal. This might have to go. This is kind of high geometry. I don't know. We'll see. I have to use the bathroom again. I drink like 3 cups of tea, I think. So I'm just like peeing. Let me hide the jacket for a sec. Then we'll add like we'll add the lining for these. I want to see one more thing though. What if I leave this on rendered and then kind of get an idea of what the silhouette is? This will get pushed out. Yeah, that feels kind of fun. So you got like a crevice here, then crevice here. Silhouette's like, and then inside silhouette's like, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's like curve, 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 curve. Yeah. I'll be back though. Okay. Let's hide the jacket again. Oh, you know what? I didn't really look at the inside. Oh, it's not showing both sides. So, okay, it is here. Okay. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. So this is the intermediate shape there. And it's like layered into the jacket, which is cool. Kind of reads over here, but there's a lot of space in there. I could fill it later though. But I think it does create some interesting shadows and crevices, which is cool. Yeah. And hide the jacket. Like, I kind of want to correct this a little bit. It might be kind of overkill though. this out a little bit. Yeah, there you go. That feels better. Not gonna be seen, but it was bugging. Let's save. And then can I just copy off this thing? This one. Copy off of. Let's copy off this one. And I'll just make everything off this guy. Tuck away my modifiers temporarily. I'm gonna make a copy of this so I don't have to do this again. Put it over there. It's interesting. I think I did like a bikini. I've done like probably 6 bikinis total. And each time I do it differently. And I think I get better each time. This one feels really stress-free. I think the most stressful was probably like the first or second time where we tried our best to do everything in quads. And it was this horrible nightmare of like, is it not working because the boob looks wrong, or is it because the curvature of this thing is wrong, or and then it was a big nightmare where you finally make this centerpiece and then you're like, okay, well, how do I make the geometry to add this extra outline thing? And you're like, oh man, there's too much geometry in the corners, and how am I going to tuck it into that? And when I start sculpting it, it's too high topology, so it's like it looks really ugly when it bends and you're like sculpting back and forth. It's a big nightmare. But I like this process because this method is really cool because Solidify, it has consistent thickness, so I could modify this as much as I want, and we don't accidentally make it too thick or too thin anywhere. So it gives us for free the thickness, and all we're concerned about is thickness this way. And also, this is a separate piece, so it's almost like real life clothing, where this is an actual separate seam, little like separate piece of fabric, instead of like sweating bullets and trying to make everything the same piece. Not sure if I like the thickness of this thing. But it's really cool because now this has a beveled edge, kind of. So when you go to solid view, no, rendered, yeah. So now it has a rounded beveled edge. I guess one thing I have to think about is how true am I to the actual edge? Because this is kind of making up its own edge. So I have to kind of look at it underneath and say, like, is this matching? See what it's looking like on the bottom. Yeah, it's pretty true to the original. I might add an extra piece for the corners. That'll be kind of interesting. Let's make this a little thicker. Let's try 2. That's probably too much, but let's see. I kind of don't mind it actually. Let me clear transforms. Let's try point. Let's try 15. Yeah, 15 works. Cool. This edge looks like it's too far. Or actually, you know what? Let's play with it. Let's actually let it be too thick. I think that breaks the silhouette a little. That makes it more fun, I think. Yeah, let it be over the top like that. I think that's more fun. Now there's like a bump here. Yeah, like that. Let's do this side. I could mirror it because they're really symmetrical. Mirror. Does the mirror go on the bottom? Or on the top? Maybe it doesn't matter in this case. I don't think it matters. Let's do this inside piece. Make a copy. This is like intermediate detail, but since I'm here, I might as well do it. How many edges did I do for this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are circular, so you kind of do need geometry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess I'll do this like 6 here. Okay, so let's see what happened here. Let's raise this to 0.15 as well. I'll do it over here. Let's add the supporting edges. Squash it together. Let's save. I'll let this kind of stick out again like last time. Let's see how true I am to the edge here. Let's kind of make it look more like there's tension. So if tension's going this way, it gets thinner. It gets thinner here. So we can control this, make it thinner looking on the top there. And again over here. Mm. I think that's okay. Let's see how it looks when it's in rendered mode. It's too thin. Let me see. Let's try grabbing an edge. And then we'll just do double tap G and then Oh, am I crashing? Oh no. Oh, I almost crashed. A save. Oh, that was close. Let's turn off the modifiers and try that again. There we go. I pressed control last time. I don't know if that was bad. I think we could do it by hand here actually. Let's see. Just feels too thin to me. I feel like it's not working. Yeah, and then we could add extra piece here to kind of help the transition there. This can go this way. It looks okay from the side, but something about the front just doesn't feel good to me. Okay, that looks better. Let's see what elastic snake hook could do. I think that's better. And then I'm gonna save and mirror it here. But clear transforms. There you go. See how it looks rendered. Yeah. I think we should do this thing is actually like that. Let's add another mirror or subdiv. My brain's starting to slowly stopping. The edge is not very good there. Okay, that's a little better. I'll add the last piece on the bottom. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I think I need to make a copy though, because we had to do the corners. Be like this. Turn on the modifiers. Let's add our edges. Hmm. Something about it doesn't feel good. With this angle right here doesn't feel good. This needs to like go this way. Like squish this way. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I feel like there should be more space here in the middle. But I can't merge these because there's too many modifiers on them. Unless I commit. Hmm. I kind of, well, let's commit. Let's make a copy and commit. So grab this. Let's make a copy of it and then we'll put it into a new one. We'll call it Kini. Hide it. So now if we mess up, we could just go back. So it's our safety line. I want to apply as little as I can. So let's keep our subdiv. Let's apply the mirror. Do I need a mirror? Let's keep the mirror. Let me look at this. Okay, so the solidifiers are different sizes, so we have to apply those. Wait, well, yeah, I have to apply them, yeah. This one. Are these all mirroring the same way? Oh, this one's actually different. This one and this one are different. Hmm. Okay, let's apply the mirrors. But we'll keep the subdiv off. So, solidify and mirror. So everything just has subdiv 2 now. So I can still merge them. And we won't merge this one. Okay. These I'll leave alone for now. But yeah, I'll leave this alone for now, and then I'll mess with this stuff here. So this all gets merged. Select everything, Shift N. So now I can kind of mess with it, turn on mirror, mirror in sculpt mode here. As non-uniform scale. Oh, I can also I can apply transform, see if that breaks anything. Shift down. Okay, we're fine. So now we can kind of sculpt it more freely. Oh, that's more fun already. Feels more like I could rotate. I could roll this way with my sculpting. Oh, let's see. Let's try pulling it back this way. That versus that. That versus that. That feels a little better. Let's merge down the other guy so that it follows. I might pull this down a little bit. Let's merge them. Try pulling it that way. See how that feels. Oh, that's weird. Why did that happen? Let's try mirroring. Let's try masking the back, I think, because it's gonna get messed up. I think it's supposed to come more this way. So this solidifies applied. We might accidentally break things or like start deforming really badly. This is before and after. Before. There you go. I think this is better, but I don't. We could do. We could do like a Photoshop comparison to like where we had and that's interesting. Got deformed there. Oh, the geometry got messed up there. That's okay though, we can easily fix that, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll save this one as bracket 5. And we'll do a Photoshop picture and compare the differences. Okay, so let me save this. And I'll do a snapshot. So I'm gonna try to get this angle. Do a new document. Okay. And we'll go back some versions here. So open 4. Try to get that same angle. Yeah, I think it's better already. But we'll just toggle between them and confirm. And go back to 3. So this is like really early and this is really small, so we'll see if that's actually a good thing to compare. So bring out the arms. Do the other ones have arms? Yeah, the other one arms. And I get it roughly in the same. So this is like if it was really small. Compare it here. And then let me go back to here. Photoshop. I can compare. So this one's 3. 3 to. Okay, let me try lining it up better. Try to match the head up pretty well. Let's do 4 as well. Then we can kind of really tell if it's feeling better or not. That. Okay, so this is 3. This is 5. The boob's also positioned differently. I think I like 5 better, which is good. Let's compare 4 to 5. 4 to 5 feels really similar. 5 feels a little stronger, like this is tucked in more. This feels more loose and like kind of flying over. We also made this longer in the middle, which I think is generally better. It feels better. Yeah, this feels better to me. Let's compare again to 3. If 3, I mean, if 3 had outlines, would it still work as good? I feel like I mean, I feel like 3 is going a different route. I can kind of see how 3 would be fun though. And if we like put weird like metal rings here. Hmm. The metal ring idea seems really cool. Hmm. Do we go back to 3? Hmm. It's 12:30 already. I might call it today. Yeah, it ended up happening. We were like, the boobs are gonna take over, and they did. Kinda. I mean, it was kind of necessary though, because then we couldn't really accurately deform the jacket, so this is interesting though. I don't know. I think it'd be more fun if we did something different here though, instead of just this boring bikini. Mm, kind of torn. I think this is more fun. Let's tab back over. I think let's not go that route then. Yeah. Let's go the experimentation route actually. So let's go with this actually. Do we lose anything else in 5? Oh, we didn't smooth this out. Hmm. Yeah, let's just let it be. Like whatever I lost, I lost. Kind of want to try this. And we'll save this one as jacket 6, I guess. I just call it. Yeah, I just call it Jack 6 rings. Yeah, that seems fair. It's just like it feels like this should be more interesting to me. Is there anything else? I think this will be more fun. Like a ring like that. feel like it's more sci-fi, I guess. Although I'm not sure if I like this ring shape. Like if it's too thin or thick, not sure yet. Try making it thicker here. I think that looks better to me. Is that too noisy? I think there's too many. Or they need to be smaller? If they were smaller. Let's do a medium point here. That's kind of cool. I like that. Um, set a UV sphere. Yeah, I think it works better. That's too many things. can always go back to 6 if we're like not really feeling this, but just wanted to try it and see. I feel like that's so much more interesting though. Sad the will probably help pop the shape more, so we'll see if that kind of saves it more. Trying to sell the idea to myself. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, hey, Bolt. Uh, I think there's a lot more to do though. I still didn't make like half the clothing. We have part of the jacket. No, this isn't a course. I'm just like trying to make it up as I go. Oh, it's just not mirrored. Uh, Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like guesswork, and it's a lot of it, like testing things out. Uh and like you could mess up and fail a lot too. Like this was kind of like a test. Like just a moment ago I decided to try something different because I was comparing a snapshot from like version 3 to version 5, and I thought it looked cooler if it was smaller, but then I wanted to add like these circles. And so like if I open version 5, it's like a different way of doing it. But I think it was like a little boring. Like it was just too safe. Like this is we just made like a regular bikini, and it's like yeah. But I felt like this was more. It felt like just more exciting. But I mean, I guess ultimately, like once you get really comfortable, then you kind of you use like the things you learned in the courses. You're you draw some like you draw 2D concept art. I think it's tricky. I think I did that before too in the past, but I just end up not really drawing because you're balancing so many things, and I'm not very good at drawing. And I get caught up like, oh no, maybe the pose isn't right, or the perspective of the hand isn't right, and then get like lost in getting that right versus like what the thing is supposed to be. Oh, oh, you mean you're using like a reference plane? Reference planes like it's like it's really good for like really thin things, but once it has thickness and inner details, then you kind of like you get the silhouette, but then it doesn't give you any other information, kind of. So I feel like it's, I don't know. It's like great for like something like a sword and some guns, but even the gun like it's like cylindrical like in the handle, so like even if you copied it perfectly from with that image plane, you'll have like even more work to do because you create all these points to follow the contour of one side, but then now all that detail is flat on the other dimension. kind of feel like it, it might be better to use like pure ref and just have it on the side, and then just kind of use the like line it up sometimes just to kind of see if it's kind of working, and then don't really follow it. You just use your loading pure ref window. Yeah. I guess if you're like feel like you're hitting a wall with the tutorial, you could always just skip around and try a different one. Like, it's because even if you finish like 10% of it and you learn something, you still walk away with something. You don't have to necessarily finish it. There's so many tutorials out there. It was like that. I did that with rigging, because rigging is so dry to me. I learned a lot from it, but I just couldn't finish it. But I learned a lot about like local rotations and like about FK and IK, and you could just jump to another tutorial and you'll like learn tidbits from there, and then you just piece together everything over time. I feel like in some ways it's even more efficient because, like, let's say you're really like pulling your legs, so you're like, this is so boring. and maybe you can only bring yourself to like work on something for 15 minutes and then close it. But if you like moved on to something else that was more exciting, you'd spend like an hour. And so like, but it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. So maybe it's kind of like using X-ray mode, and your object has two sides. So you end up grabbing the faces on the back. Um, if you're in sculpt mode, you could just go to the other angle and then mask the back. Like let's say you're working on this body in sculpt mode, and then you can just mask like all the back like this, and then you could do everything here. And even if you're X-ray, it won't move the back at all. Or if like it really bugs you, you could like separate the mesh, like the back face, and then remerge them later, and that way you could do it in edit mode too. But I think, like you said, like the lips are really hard because there's a bunch of faces really close to each other, and you're trying to get like this exact shape. And yeah, I think the way I did the lips was, this is like remeshed after, so it's a little unfair to, but I always use like different pieces. Like even I didn't actually put the mouth together, but that's actually just two spheres. This is two spheres, but I meshed them together after I used the remesh modifier. Like like if this was a head, or actually I can't do that. I gotta do with the, I have to do it from the center. But all I do is do the mirror modifier. So I have like full control of of shaping it. This is going to be more of like the muzzle or muzzle, not the actual lip, I think. But you could make as many spheres as you want to get as detailed as you want. But this way you don't have to worry about um, selecting the back or anything. It's all. I'm just going to copy this. Yeah. Um, Smear it. Yeah. But you can kind of see it slowly kind of shaping up now, where this is probably not the lips actually. This is more like the muscles around the lips. But you can kind of slowly, and I have the upper and lower separate. So, and if you look at if you grab like a couple references of like, yeah, I mean it could be part of a chin. And then you could look at how the what's happening with like the shape muscles of the face around the mouth. This is like a really big mouth. And you can kind of see like maybe the lower lips like a little bit further in. But having them separate is so nice because you know, like as you get close to the edge, you don't have to like try to worry about selecting that area. You just let them overlap. Uh oh, you're saying like if you have to do in sculpting. Um um it's kind of hard to say. I think you do have to do this in sculpting because your this method is squishing UV spheres. This could be like the teeth in the mouth, but all the proportions are like really not right. So you're gonna get like a cartoony looking thing. But once you have all the pieces there, then you can kind of slowly put like one side bigger, one side smaller. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean. You mean like Oh, you mean to get like clean topology? Um, yeah, I mean, it requires you to retopo though. So the cool thing about this is you go in, you could like make it exactly how you want the shape. So all you're thinking about is the shape, not geometry. But then after you're ready, you like combine the pieces. You don't have to combine everything, but in this case, I'll just do it. And then I do a remesh, and this makes it into one piece. And this actually does what you want, which automatically remakes the geometry clean. Oh wait, I messed up. I have to apply this. Now it'll work. Hmm. Normally it doesn't take that long. Oh, it's because it's going so low, maybe. Oh, if I had symmetry on. One more time. I'm kind of curious as to why it's so slow though. But yeah, it would remake the geometry clean like this. So all your sculpting gets turned into this. So you have like you did all your careful sculpting and shaping with the spheres, and then you remesh it. If you don't have this plugin, you could do it by hand, but it's like a big pain. It's like it's good to know. It's a good skill to have, but you would basically make a plane like this, and then turn on snapping. So now, oh, I might crash. Oh, but yeah, you just go in by hand and like do this, but this takes a long time. But this does it like in 3 seconds. But this one gives you more control. But yeah, you just do that through the whole model. This plugin basically is doing what I'm doing right now, which is remaking the whole model as this clean geometry. It basically turned, let's see, where's the, I have to find it. This guy. It basically turned this into this with like one click. But this is just one way of doing it. Um, I really like this method though, but you could do it with box modeling too. Oh, that's the old one. But I really like just squishing spheres. It just feels like really like traditional clay. My brain is like slowly shutting down, so I might head off pretty soon. Mm. Ah, that's interesting. Why is this one showing here, but not here? Oh, it is showing. Okay. Do a comparison shot here. To see if like this feels better than just the plain bikini. It has more detail, but I'm gonna load into Photoshop here. Put it as number 6. So this is the oldest version, 3. Then this is 5 and then 6. I actually have to resize this one. Okay, so now I can compare. The angle's a little different, but let's see. It's a little unfair too, because this is both like these are all solid views, so we don't really get a good read with shadows, but this one's cleaner. This has a more interesting silhouette though. Let me see if I could hide that like extras. Layer edges. I don't know what it's called, that blue highlight thing. Selection edges, let's try that one. Nope. Getting caught up here on the side. Canvas guides. Smart guides. Pixel grid. It could be canvas guides, let's see it. Nope. I'm getting caught up in this. What else could it be? Grid, no. Pixel grid, mesh. Slices. Artboard guides. Okay, no. Okay, I'm just gonna turn off the whole thing, so. We tried. Okay, we just turned it off, so. I like, that gave me like a little bit of time to like reset my brain. I think I like 6 better. So I think it was a good call just to go back to 3 and to build it up like this. I think it's more fun. And let's compare 3 to 5 again. And let's compare 4 to 6. Yeah, I think 6 is still stronger. 5 to 6. I think 6 is still stronger, so I think it was a good call. Cool. Oh wow, it's already 1 in the morning. I gotta go. So yeah, I think it's good. I could check it out and render it here. So you get like crevice detail here, which is awesome. Oh, I forgot to move this one. Here. I might sculpt this one too and add a second piece on it like the other ones. Like that. Here we go. Does it feel too symmetrical though? Feels a little too symmetrical to me, so let's break the symmetry on it. Let's apply the mirrors. And we'll do separate by loose parts. And I'll combine these two. And then I might do, just kind of add a bit more variation in there. Watch me like add the exact same variation so they become the same again. Okay. Well, yeah, they kind of do look similar. You try like really squashing it this way, maybe. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's mirror this. Let's apply the mirror. Separate by selection. Delete some of the faces. This side only has one. Maybe this top part just doesn't have two. Not sure. I don't know, let's leave it for now and they'll come back tomorrow. We could bring back the jacket here. And then we'll kind of sculpt the jacket so that it fits here. Let's copy this over here. And we'll probably mess with it tomorrow as well, because we can't really use it anymore there. There is... Yeah, okay. I'll move this down as well. Maybe as a quick test, we can kind of see what happens when we sculpt this. So hide this one. What's this piece? Oh, that's down here, okay. I'll call it sculpt test. And let's add a solidify temporarily. And then we'll just kind of sculpt it and try to bring it over these. Gonna mask off the other side for now. The geometry on this is like too high, so it's a little hard to control. Let's flip the mask. Try to pull this out. Oh, all that detail we put on there, it gets covered up, but it's okay. This is kind of generally what we were aiming for. Kind of like this S curve that's happening here. Let's try to push it on this side too. So that's generally kind of what I was thinking. And then we would add kind of more of a thickness down the bottom. There'd be a kind of like this thing down here in the bottom. Pull this down more. Yeah, like that. You could pull this closed in more. All that detail gets covered up. I feel like in the past, if I spent like 3 days on that, I'd feel like I can't cover it up. So then you get like you end up sacrificing the design so you can expose the character more for like all the stuff you did underneath. It's like a bad habit. I think this should go up higher actually, so bringing it higher. So maybe up to here. Maybe round this off more. I see this chin shape. Maybe we could do something where we match that. I don't know how though. Okay, let's just kind of leave this at where it is. Yeah, kind of. This is kind of more what I was thinking, and then this kind of gets pushed in there. It's like this area. Oh, got a line in the back. There. We haven't made this middle part into cloth yet, so it's still kind of like a block out. Not sure. It's supposed to stop like 20 minutes ago. That's the top part off now. Yeah, it's kind of cool. You can compare like this blockout to the old one, this one. Maybe we should make this one separate. I think we're losing too much control. Yeah. Well, let's hide it. Okay. I think we got a bit further today, which is cool. Just take a snapshot, and then I'm gonna call it a day, and then um, we have work tomorrow, so we can come on like in the morning, but then afterwards, we won't be able to come on. Maybe late at night, but probably not. We'll see.